Good morning everyone. So yesterday I was actually in Weipa all day just hanging out, but it was super hot. Like, I'm not kidding, up here it's like 30 degrees plus and it's still supposed to be wintry weather. Like, everyone down home in New South Wales is freezing. I'm just like sweating up here. So I spent all day in the pool. I'm not gonna show you guys that anyway because basically it was good for a while, and then they ended up in this little pool being like 20-25 people all just staying at the caravan park because it's so hot, and like you can't swim at the beaches up here anyway, which are nice, but you just can't swim there. So hung out at the pool all day enjoying my little tiny swimming spot in Cape York. But from there I really struggled to book one of the mining tours because it's just so hectic still, even though it's after school holidays. So instead I went on a sunset river cruise last night because I was like, I can't come this far and not get out on the water. Like, that just seems criminal, like, not to be out there. So anyway, I went on, and it was essentially like me and a bunch of old like oldies drinking champagne on the water. And I'm going to show you a little bit of last night out on the water because it was really beautiful. It was really cloudy for sunset, unfortunately, but lots of crocodiles, lots of different bird life out on the water, and it was like beautiful with champagne and a few like nibblies and everything. So it was really cool. Nice way to end the night anyway. But today I'm headed out of Weipa because, you know, you've got to keep the adventure going, and I'm actually headed to Mapoon today. Now, I hadn't planned on going there, but I mean, this whole trip I was like happy to get to Weipa. But anyway, I'm gonna keep heading north and go to Mapoon, which is still on the west coast. And I'm gonna head up there because there is a campground I'm going to, which I haven't booked obviously because I'm not that organized. But I'm headed up there. I'm gonna camp there for a few days, hopefully right on the beach. And because it's turtle season, so fingers crossed, might actually see some turtles nesting at the moment, which would be really cool. So I don't know, I'm about to drive up to Mapoon this morning, and I'm just going to show you guys along the way because I've heard the road is not too bad, but I mean, the i30 is doing well so far, so we're going to keep this Cape York adventure going. So this is the actual township of Mapoon that I'm driving around now. As you can see, it's not a very big area. It is a big Aboriginal community here though, and this is actually Aboriginal land. So we are off the Rio Tinto mining lease land, which was all basically that big dirt section of road that I just drove through. That's all Rio Tinto. So here, this is Mapoon. I want to go camp at Cullen Point, which is again just a little further north of the actual Mapoon township, and that means I have to get a special permit to actually be on the land up there and to camp there. So I'm just looking for the rangers station at the moment, and I'm hoping there's someone there so that I can pay for camping and get up there, because I'm actually hoping to stay there for a couple of days, seeing as it should be a really beautiful spot, like right on the beach as well. But yeah, this is the little town. It does sit on the water, but it's only like a few houses that back into the water. You can't necessarily get there yourself. It's got a little cafe here. It's got a few little bits and pieces. But yeah, I'm just going to try and get this permit and then head through again to Cullen Point. So I've just been to the council, which isn't open to get this permit. It's a Friday. It's like the middle of the day, but like literally nothing here's open. So council's shut. Across the road, general store is shut. There's a cafe which is shut. There's just like no one around. There's this random doggo that came to talk to me. that's about the most action that's happening in town at the moment. So I'm just seeing if I can book this online. Hi buddy. He's not too sure about me. But yeah, 1 dog and 0 people so far in Mapoon. So very interesting, but yeah, I'm just trying to book like the council website sort of thing to stay. But, you know, I'll see how I go. I'm going out there anyway. Okay, so I did just complete my check-in on my phone. So basically you can book online if you guys were wondering about that, like just for Cullen Point or for different bits and pieces through Mapoon, and it automatically like includes the permit in it, but it still tells me like you get a confirmation email like everywhere else, and it still literally says like, okay, you have to check in at the council, but you have to check in after 2 o'clock, and I don't think the council's ever like open until 2 o'clock. It's probably like after 1 o'clock now, but yeah, a bit weird anyway, a bit backwards. I don't think anyone's really going to check out here, but I did want to make sure I did get the permit because it is obviously on Aboriginal land, so I'm gonna head out there now anyway and hang out there for a few days and just hope it's a nice campsite at least now after all of that. Yeah, there really is not a lot happening in the food. Like, I did actually see a couple cars go past, so there's technically someone here, but I honestly think they're all tourists from Weipa. None of them look like locals. I don't know what a local looks like, to be fair, but literally I found those couple of horses. I found that 1 dog that came and talked to me, and like 2 cars drove past. So pretty quiet little place in Mapoon. Okay, I just arrived at the campground. It looks really good, but it is stupidly hot here. It's right on the water and I can't even swim anywhere. I'm really sad. They do have cold showers, so I'm just gonna like have 50 of those. But basically to drive in there, the whole campground's like really sandy, so wish me luck. They've literally poured concrete slab sites to park vans up and stuff, but to drive to it is straight sand, so don't know about that, hey. But I'm gonna drive down there. I'm gonna go camp with that guy from Cooktown that I've been with in Weipa, so that there's something else to do out here. It looks like a cool spot. I'll go for a walk on the beach and check it out. Just a bit of that for the next few days, I think. Good morning everyone. So this is our little camp spot up here at Cullen Point, up from Mapoon. I've currently just claimed the hammock because it is so hot, and this is a beautiful spot here. So just got a really nice little view. We've got this big shady tree. I did have to move my car to put the solar panel in the sun a little bit, but otherwise we've got a little campfire set up, just a few chairs, packed up the rooftop tent this morning. But gonna hang out here a little bit longer, I think. We did go for a bit of a walk last night to have a look for some turtles on the beach. Unfortunately, like, it's the start of the nesting season, but we didn't get to see any, unfortunately. So we might go talk to some rangers today about where we can go to see some, potentially. But super cool little spot anyway, so hopefully I'm going to be hanging out here for a little bit longer. So this is our camp setup. The beach is just through there, but super, super hot here as well. So I just thought basically I would come down to the beach for a little while. We're just chilling out at camp essentially, like I'm still just camping with my mate from Cooktown. That was our little setup there. So unfortunately you can't swim here, which sort of sucks. We did walk all the beach last night, didn't spot any crocs while we were looking for turtles, but I just thought like my little spot here, I'm right on the beach, it's super nice on the sand, little spot that's come over a bit overcast now. So I'll hang out here for a little while anyway and just chill, enjoy the little camping life up here on Cape York. So yesterday after our walk, unfortunately we did not see any turtles, but basically we've just decided to spontaneously go for a beach drive. We didn't think the sand was hard enough essentially because we saw a guy got bogged like right near the campsite earlier. Obviously my little car won't do it, but Matt's will. So we're gonna go for a drive, see if we can spot some of those turtles on the beach, which will be super exciting, and hopefully catch that sunset as well. Good morning guys. So unfortunately no turtles again last night, which was a little bit of a shame, but what was super exciting, obviously of course instead of as well as that beautiful sunset, was when we were down on the sand, and I didn't get to take my camera for this unfortunately, I left it in the car, was we walked right down on the sandbank through all these shells, and right in close in the sandbar there was these gorgeous black tipped reef sharks, basically only about like half a meter long, super cute little dudes swimming right in close to the sandbank, right in with us, which was really exciting to see a little bit of wildlife out here. As I said, a little bit of a shame for those turtles. I think there's just too many threats going on here at the moment, and it is a little early in the season anyway, so I was a little optimistic, but still really cool to see those guys out there yesterday, and should be a really good day again today as well. So this here is the riverfront side of the campground of Cullen Point. Obviously we drove down the ocean side yesterday, that was where that beautiful sunset was. So I just figured like I'd go for a bit of a walk down here because I haven't actually been down here yet. The road does go past here, but I figured why not? There's some really beautiful shells, everything like that. So just cruising along down here. It's super hot. We're still sitting at about like 34 degrees through the day, something like that. I think it got down to about 27 maybe overnight. So pretty hot. We did have a campfire on the beach last night as well, as you saw. Yeah, heaps of mosquitoes, but otherwise it's really beautiful here. I'm pretty sunburnt already, but I've had so much sunscreen on, I've had a long sleeve on this whole time, and I was like, oh well, just gonna embrace it now because it's so hot. So I will be heading back down to Weipa tomorrow and doing that mine tour finally that I told you guys about before. But I thought I'd show you a little bit more of here while I was still up around Mapoon and this beautiful area of the coastline. Few cool little shells down the beach. I think these ones are really pretty, the little spiral shells, but there's also a little hermit crab in this one. Look at him. Ah! What a cutie. Now it is just about the end of my time here up at Cullen Point in Mapoon. I have one more night here with my little car, so I have the space all to myself for tonight. I'm gonna have a little campfire over there. Got this really cute little message on my car, wash me. No, it's gonna get a little bit dirtier yet. We have a little bit of a way to go, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna have a campfire over here, chill out. I've got this beautiful shade tree above me still, so hang out for my one last night, and then we will head back down towards Weipa and keep this little adventure on the road, keep heading further up towards the tip, which is super exciting considering how far I've already gotten. Here we are, my final day up here at Mapoon, and I've got this beautiful sunrise sky this morning right over the water, literally like half a minute walk from the campground. It's so beautiful here. Just one of those spots where you actually get to see basically the sunrise and the sunset colors, and it could not be a more perfect morning. Look at that. Okay guys, so unfortunately my time here at Cullen Point is up. I have already had 3 nights here, which is absolutely crazy. It has just gone so quick, but I've loved been camping, been by the fire, by the beach, all of that's really beautiful after being in town and driving for a while, so just really nice to relax. But I'm about to head off this morning. Before I go, I do have company. Look at this little cutie. There's a few dogs around here that have been just hanging about. They're wild, I think, but they're super friendly anyway. So nice to have a little bit of company again this morning. But yeah, just about to head off now, head back through Mapoon, back to Weipa, and then go on that mine tour this afternoon before I head up a little bit higher again. Goodbye, sweetheart. I gotta go. She's sleepy. I would definitely recommend this spot if you are doing a trip to the tip. Definitely come up to Weipa, come up to Cullen Point. Yeah, and come check it out for yourself. Spend a couple days here, really beautiful, but be prepared, there is a lot of mozzies, like a lot of mozzies after dark. Okay, so I am just back down in Weipa to a cozy 33 degrees. I'm absolutely sweating. I'm in desperate need of a swim, but as I said before, nowhere to swim up here, which is kind of killing me. But I'm about to go on this mine tour anyway. Runs for about 3 hours and it actually leaves from the caravan park that I stayed at just before. So I think that should be really interesting. As I said, I really wanted to see this before I left the town, because if you don't know Weipa is a mining town, and if it wasn't for mining, essentially it wouldn't even be here. That's why it's sort of a major centre. So I'm going to jump on that. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to film any of it, but of course, if I can, you're going to see it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to head back out tonight. I decided I need to get out of Weipa because I'm going to be stuck here otherwise. I keep spending so much time everywhere. I'm going to head back to, I think, York Downs, the station I stayed at before, and then tomorrow we're headed out of here.